Someone that I know approached me recently with a bit of an issue. They told me that they have a learning disability and have traditionally had a really tough time learning certain skills, but that they had made a lot of progress learning C++ by querying an AI chatbot. I think this was like Claude. I can't remember exactly which one it was. At the same time, this made them very nervous because they were involved in several video game communities that were all, very angry about AI and AI users. They were afraid to reveal this and risk being removed from those groups. I'm not sure why they trusted me with this, but it's maybe because I kind of live in between these two worlds. I live and work as a creative technologist in New York City. I go to local events. I hang out with other developers. Each and every one of them is like, bro, you gotta try Claude Code. It's the second coming of Christ. I run my own company with clients that will ask me for stuff with AI in it, but I also live online as an artist. You're looking at my art right now. I designed and modeled this scene that you're looking at in Blender. I'm live on Twitch right now, and I'm streaming it with a tech stack that I built largely using Unreal Engine. I post art I want people to see. I don't want it trained on. I vibe in communities with other 2D and 3D artists, most of whom are like, f this shit. Absolutely f all of it when it comes to AI. And I agree. And you might be thinking, Woody, how could you possibly justify both of those things? I kind of don't. I'm definitely on the hater end of the spectrum. From the bottom of my heart, I am deeply outraged at these companies. The act of even just downloading all of our collected copyright works, let alone training on them, was a massive copyright violation. They did it just because they thought they could, and it was theft. I think about it all the time, but I'm not mad at most people that use AI. I'm really not. Are those people participating in this big machine? Yeah, yes, a little bit. Still trying to figure out why I'm sitting sideways. This is my first video using this new system with this new tracking, and then also with the procedural stop motion. There's a lot of things that are new here. I am very open about being raised by recovering religious fundamentalists. I grew up in a world of exceptionally black and white thinking. We don't want sin. Sin is bad. But anything we do, even if it has anything inside of it that kind of seems like sin, even a tiny little bitty bit, well, that's still sin and evidence that you deserve eternal damnation. Anything that slightly breaks the rules is sin. And then suddenly the list of rules grows longer. And that's also where you get into abstinence and purity culture. You get people that won't drink alcohol despite the fact that Jesus did it. They will tell you absolutely not to have sex. Sex is the ultimate sin unless you're married. And even then, maybe not unless it's to have kids. In fact, you're not safe enough not having sex. You shouldn't be kissing anybody. You shouldn't be touching anybody. In fact, you should not wear clothes where anyone can see your skin. If you can be that guy who doesn't do the sin, you are worthy of love, and you're good, and you're fine, and you're right with God. But if you f up and you do a drinky or you do a sexy time, then you get shame. These are communities that are built on fear. I do not think that AI haters are fundamentalists. To be 100% clear, I'm not drawing a direct comparison. But every once in a while, I see other AI haters taking pages out of the fundamentalist playbook. Fundamentalist. If a friend of mine is afraid of literally being kicked out of a dev group because of their, all things considered, relatively light use of an AI, I think we might need to revise the hater playbook. And I don't think they're overreacting. I'm not shadowboxing here. I see the blue sky bloodshed out there when someone does an AI oopsie, even if it's just in the way they talk about AI. I've seen the discourse move in the hater circles from sentiments about how it is that we have to pay for the data centers that are going to make us sick to direct attacks of, oh, you use ChatGPT? Well, you're a moron. I'm worried about some of my friends in some of these circles. I'm worried that they're going to move more in the direction. I'm worried that they will escalate what they find unacceptable. I don't want this to turn into, you used AI once, you've broken the rules, you're out, shame. My friend, like me, still sees how the entire AI situation is. They're not a booster. They're not a fanboy. I don't think they are spending hundreds of dollars in tokens and lining Anthropic's pockets. They're just Googling C++ information via a chatbot. If people are going to start treating them poorly for it, well, then they're probably going to start treating me that way too. Not that long ago, but before people started calling it vibe coding, I was using ChatGPT for help with Python, which is incredibly embarrassing because Python is very, very easy. I wasn't building anything for my main channel. I wasn't making a product to sell. I wasn't building anything really other than like little tools for my own use and just trying to learn. Python isn't really a part of what I use day to day, and it was really nice to be able to ask questions to the program to be able to get the information that I needed. It was nice to be able to copy code snippets that were tailored directly to what I was working on. As someone with ADHD, this was a revelation. With ADHD, you just want the information immediately. But this was not sustainable. I was kind of sick of worrying about whether or not what I was being told was being hallucinated. And I was frustrated by asking simple questions and receiving just mountains of text. And I know that all this stuff has gotten better. You don't need to tell me all that. I stopped reaching out to AI for code. I decided that I wanted to be a stronger developer, and I moved on. I'm a hater partially because of the theft nature of AI and partially because of the way it's affecting society, but partially because of my own firsthand experiences being disappointed by it. But for the most part, I don't really use AI code, and I don't like how righteous it feels to be able to say that. I have worked with other devs who use AI for code. It works fine. I tell myself that vibe coding will make me lazy, so I avoid it, but I worry that I might just be doing the abstinence thing as a virtue signal so that I can feel like a talented AI-free wizard, so that my code Oshis will think that I'm cool. Notice me, senior dev senpai. Oh, woo. This camera needs more work. I need like more headroom here. This is the worst that the me talking about channel is ever gonna be. I have ethics issues with AI code, but I have far fewer problems with it than I have with AI art. But that's another video entirely. Here's my point. I don't want to float innocently through the world through abstinence so that I'm able to impress other people that may share some of my values. I want to make mistakes. I want to get my hands dirty. I want to learn and grow. And more than many other things in life, I want to be kind to people. So when my friend came to me, I didn't condemn them for using Claude, but I did tell them that I think their methodology might have a shorter shelf life. It's possible that it won't. Maybe they will uniquely benefit from the nature of this technology and they'll keep using it. But my hater ethos isn't about punishing users who are basically just using AI to Google. I'm really sorry, it's not. There are going to be people with learning disorders using AI. Do not bully them. Bully your congressperson and tell them to stand up to powerful tech overlords who are building disease-giving data centers, who are making massive surveillance networks, who are augmenting algorithms for killer robots. Oh, and reminder, they're trying to do all this stuff with your tax dollars. Remember, there's going to be a lot more people who are unhappy about AI. More and more every year. For every vibe-coded pipe dream that you hear about, there'll be someone who's losing their job because the CEO thinks that they can cut down headcount. Because these systems are designed to dissolve white-collar work, there'll be a lot more people sitting around twiddling some unemployed thumbs. And when that happens, that's when you start to get coalitions. That's when you start to get people who are interested in collective action. It's abundantly clear to me that you can really hate this stuff, and you can also... What the heck is wrong with my neck? Has it been like this the whole time? What on earth? What's going on? Oh my God. This whole video. Remember, stay kind and keep making stuff.